Table Talk. You're bringing it in? You wanted me to clap or bring it in? I don't know what's happening.
I just wanted to do this.
I thought we were starting to do this because you were going to do your hand thing and I started without you.
No.
So okay.
I would like if that's how I prepped before the show.
Hey, everyone!
You were doing that backstage in Vancouver.
It also looks
Before
like
you went on stage.
it's like karate hand jobs.
Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to Table Talk, where we discuss your topics that you submit on Twitter using the hashtag Table Talk or on Reddit r/SourceFed. I'm Meg Turney.
I'm Philip DeFranco.
That's Steve Zaragoza. I'm gonna dive into this bowl.
I'm wondering if we include that.
I hope it. I mean, I would be okay if it was just for us.
That was just for us.
I think we've had this before, but Bratification asks, what's a guilty pleasure that you do regularly and hate yourself for?
This is one of the 15 hate yourself for questions that are in this poll.
Oh, is there a lot of hate questions?
Well, I don't know. Oh, there's a lot of hate questions in there?
Just the questions that are like, what's a word you hate yourself for using? It's like, why do we have to hate ourselves?
YOLO.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't have many guilty pleasures. Like, the only thing I regret is I eat lots of food at night, and then I hate myself.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything else, I'm a fucking human being that makes, like, poor decisions sometimes. I don't hate myself.
No need to hate yourself for eating foods. Foods are delicious, and your tongue is there so you can enjoy them.
And apparently you need them to survive.
They're fantastic, man. I got ice cream. Let me tell you, I never buy ice cream, but when you have it in the freezer and you remember, it's like a shining moment.
That's
like,
true.
What if ice cream?
Like, my favorite is when you open the freezer and you didn't remember there was ice cream in there, and you're like, oh, ice cream! Because I don't want to have to remember without seeing it visually.
I like that your story is positive, because my story is it's around 7:30 or like 9 o'clock. I'm like, I want a snack, and then I look through all my stuff, and I find no food, and then I literally do the same thing 10 minutes later. Like, I'm gonna find some secret food.
Oh, people always. I used to do that as a kid. I would just stand in the pantry for like 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Looking.
Yeah.
Like, thinking if you could get MacGyver some decent food out of the shit in your
Oh, dude,
pantry.
I was the king of like, okay, I got a lot of ramen in here. Instead of cooking it, because that takes forever, I'm just going to crunch it up in a Ziploc bag and put some of the seasoning in there and shake it up, have myself a little crunchy, savory snack.
We should just think of make-up foods. What if you took ramen noodles and then you mixed it in a bowl of peanut butter and jelly? Would that be good?
Whoa, wait,
sounds
so
terrible.
don't add
It
the
sounds
seasoning,
terrible.
so it's just like a crunchy peanut butter and jelly
Yeah,
type
it's
thing?
probably terrible.
But here's something that on Doug once, we all call back to Doug, our Lord Doug.
Our friend
in the
Doug.
book of Doug.
I can't think of that without thinking, I skeetered so hard. Oh my god. I skeetered so
Skeeter.
No, and Doug, there's an episode where him and Patty make a pizza, and then Roger makes bad banana pudding, and it's all gross, and he's going to throw his banana pudding away, and he runs into Doug and Patty, and his banana pudding gets on their pizza, and Doug's like, oh no, our pizza's ruined, but then everybody likes it. I tried. At the end, when he's writing in his journal, he takes a banana and he just dips it in pizza sauce and eats it. I tried it. It's good.
Really?
It's good.
Wait.
It's good.
Wait.
It's good.
A banana in
Pizza sauce. I tried it once when I was making like a homemade pizza, and I saw some bananas, and I was like, this is my moment. And I tried it. It was
Please
good.
tell me you were in some way high.
I was not. I was perfectly sober.
Wow,
and
that's weird. I mean, look, I don't think very much is weird in the realm of foods, but I find that kind of weird.
It was good.
I'm not much into so it was like a marinara?
Yeah, you gotta
I'm not
have
much
more of
into
like,
a marinara.
you can't have like a super sweet sauce, because you got the sweet from the banana. It's gotta be like a little bit of an herby sauce.
I don't know how I feel
my
about
brain's a little porny, because in my head, no woman eats a banana without treating it sensually.
It's like weird if it were like with red sauce on it.
I would.
Oh, God. You got your red
I
wings.
don't wanna.
I could still make it work, I think.
Can I tell you guys a guilty pleasure I just discovered of mine that I
Yes.
hate to admit? But I like to go to the mall sometimes.
Yeah, I saw your tweet yesterday.
Yeah.
What's wrong
When I'm
with that?
because like sometimes I'll
By
just
yourself?
Yeah.
No,
sometimes
that's
by
completely
myself.
normal.
Right?
Completely normal.
Is it?
Do people
Wait,
watch?
do you go around? Like you
people
just
watch.
walk around? Man, if I go to the mall by myself, I zip, zap, zippity boo, out.
Yeah, I don't really go with an agenda other than like I'm gonna buy a new funny shirt today.
Oh wow. Yeah,
That's
I could
good.
never do that.
I
can't shop by myself either, because I'll go, this shirt or this shirt? And then it'll be like an existential crisis.
Oh, you need someone to be like,
someone to just
what
be
do you
like, hey,
think?
shirt A, and I'll be like, oh, I really wanted shirt B. All right, shirt B. That person.
I don't know. When I go to the mall, I always have to go into the Apple store and just stare at all the things that I'm not gonna buy.
It is
I'm
like
not
a
gonna
candy
buy it.
store, pretty much.
Yeah, because it's like I don't want $50 for a phone case. No, I'm good.
No.
And then I inevitably I don't go to any of the clothing stores anymore. I think it's because this place ruined me. I'm just like, I want that on a shirt.
And you make it yourself.
Yeah. And then I go see a movie. I think I do it just specifically to look at people. Like,
yeah, I love people watching.
Like,
It's
there's
the best.
At
Yeah.
other people, just
Yeah.
to like feel like you're part of the human race.
Yeah. There's not Century City.
Okay.
I like going there, get some like they have like this awesome premium pork ramen. Just sit outside. It'll be a nice day, and I'll just like stare at all the people in business suits and like doing whatever because
Yeah.
it's right across the street from CAA. It's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
No, Century City's good. It has a lot of really cool stores that aren't really anywhere else either.
Yeah.
I always want to
Please
go to the
water.
Grove, but like no one ever wants to go to the Grove.
It's like that's somewhere you gotta like want. You're gonna spend your day at the Grove.
There's-
Like I want to, but like every time I want to go, like, hey Sarah, let's go to the Grove. She's like,
If there's a possibility you
It's
could
just-
bump into Mario Lopez, it's not a place you should go.
My guilty pleasure is that 70s show. It's always on at my house. It's
That's a
getting
solid
weird.
show,
It's
though.
just it's a solid show.
Do you
and
really
also
feel
it's just
guilty
like,
about it, though?
It's background noise at this point. And probably with how much it's on at my house, it's probably pretty
I
guilty.
like to put things on as background noise in my house.
My makeup artist came over yesterday, and she was like, "You still watching that 70s show?" Like, you're not done with it yet? And I'm like, "Oh, it's never done."
It's never done.
You
It's
remember
on
when they-
forever.
You remember when they tried to do that 80s show?
Yes, I did,
Yeah.
and I watched it, and it was awful.
I went to a TV taping. Of that. Yes, I did. And I
Really?
won a script signed by the cast. I have it somewhere still.
One day you were like, this is going to be worth a lot.
Yeah, man, I can't wait because it's gonna be just as big as that '70s show. And then a
So-
week later, it was canceled.
So you weren't joking about negativity. Chef Cook 9001 says, if you were on your deathbed and someone approached you and offered to save your life, but on your birthday you gradually got younger until you were 0, would you accept this offer? I.e., if you were 80 on your next birthday, you didn't have to further explain, but thank you.
Yeah, I
Who
don't.
wouldn't accept this
I
offer?
wouldn't.
What?
You'd end up getting younger. That's like a curse.
No, that's awesome.
Well, here's the deal. At no point does it say that you can't die
Exactly.
like a normal person.
So you could be like, oh, cool, I hit, what, like 16 and now I'm too young to do anything cool? Throw myself in front of a car.
But I mean, like, Drew, are you down with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
Really?
get to
Are you
relive
kidding?
all,
'Cause,
like, your
like,
super hot 20s
well, look,
again.
This is
Oh,
something you.
20.
I mean, they always say that like you feel like on your deathbed, like you made a lot of mistakes, and you're like, oh, I regret this, I regret that. But you also hear about, and you don't hear often about the people that are like, I'm just ready to fucking die now.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I've been here
normal.
for
True.
80 years and I'm done.
Well, but that's true. But those people, yes, they've been there for 8 years, but I think a lot of them are like, I'm sick, I don't
Yeah.
feel good, I
Hurts
hurt
to-
every
yeah.
day.
That's
like,
true.
if you could get younger and those would, like, heal.
yeah,
Hell
but imagine
yeah.
it's like, okay, so would you go backwards from 80
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
get younger again?
So apparently the explanation was needed.
Yeah,
I
proceed.
apologize for what I
You
just
start
said.
at 80 and you get younger every single
I mean,
year.
I don't know, because
Dude,
then
you
you
could
then
be on
you
your
have.
deathbed and you're like, remember that time I didn't have that three-way with those Swedish twins? Gonna do it when I get younger again.
But like you've got like at least 10 years of like your penis not working and
Sure,
pooping yourself.
but then you've got like 60 years of your penis working.
Yeah, use that time, get better at oral.
Yeah,
They probably
work it
develop
out.
new future techniques to go down on the ladies.
Yeah, but what if you like meet someone when you're 25 and you fall in love and you're like, oh man, I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. It's like I'm gonna be a baby in like 15 years.
Whatever.
You enjoy the
Turn it
time that you
out.
have.
I
and
feel like it's a
then-
curse. It's like a Twilight Zone episode.
And then
Alright,
the state of California
die.
arrests her when you get too young.
Yeah, all right.
Force her to stay with you, or you'll turn her over to the police.
Also, actually, that wouldn't happen. It's not because like you wouldn't be less years on your driver's license. You'd just be like a 150-year-old, 10-year-old, right?
Yeah, you would just look it. You wouldn't like legally become less.
You know.
Okay, so
Botox.
the legality
But you'd have to
of it-
leave her when she wanted to stay with a 16-year-old.
Well, yeah, when you're like 16, you're like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm done, I guess.
So,
Yeah,
throw
man.
yourself off the Grand Canyon.
You okay there, Steve?
I'm great.
you like
Where am I? What's happening? Where am I?
somewhere a crime or a dog was howling.
It's my my Stevie sense.
Your Stevie said. Somewhere is farting.
And I wish I could smell it.
Somewhere, someone made really good Star Wars fanfiction. Why Star Wars?
And it could be really good,
Are
actually.
you into Star Wars?
Yeah,
Kinda,
yeah,
yeah.
but I feel like
Not
a
like Lee.
wounded, like I feel like an ex-girlfriend that's like hurt
Why?
really bad because of the prequels, man. The prequels.
Did you
hurt me.
have you watched the Clone Wars?
No, but you know I like Gendy's Clone Wars. Gendy
Gendy?
Tartakovsky, the guy that did Samurai Jack.
Okay.
He did like a freaking awesome traditionally animated Clone Wars cartoon, and it was like better
So it's
than
not
any
the
of
one
the
that has 6 seasons.
Yeah, it's not the CG one.
It's actually it looks weird at first, but I'm on like the 2nd season now. I like it. No,
I hear good things. I just
Yeah.
am resisting it.
Ah, Wedgie?
Yeah.
JWright14 says, tell any random story floating around in your brain that probably would never come up in a normal day-to-day conversation, but is interesting or funny.
Wow, thanks for putting us on the spot. Hey, you got something interesting in your head? Say it. Say that thing.
I don't know if I've told this story
go for it.
before, but I one time had I was being pulled over by a policeman. I don't know if I've told this story. So I was driving home from work and I was speeding. big time. I just wanted to get
Oh,
home.
this is a
20,
good
30?
story. I know this story.
Yeah.
20, 30 over?
Oh, at least, yeah. At
Wow.
least. I was like fucking booking it. And
That's a good one.
this is when I worked at in Thousand Oaks. Or worked more or less in Thousand Oaks and lived in Oxnard. So I was like booking it. I was like, let's do this. And I see the sirens, I see the lights in my mirror, and I'm like, oh man, this is it. I'm fucked. And so what ends up happening is I pull over, but as I'm pulling over, I'm like, okay, how do I get out of this? What's my excuse here? And so I was like, okay, in a split second, this is not a lie, I unbuckled my belt, not my seatbelt, but my pants belt, all right? And I unbuckled it, and I got like into like weird, like scared animal mode, and I was like, all right, here comes the acting skills. And so I pull over, and I start to like breathe heavily, and I'm like psyching myself out a little bit, and the cop comes over and he's like, listen, man, you're going super fast here. What's going on? And I was like, officer, I'm like really sick. Like I'm sick to my stomach. Like I'm gonna like have an accident in my car. Like I'm pretty sure like I'm trying to get home so I can use the restroom, and like I'm trying not to have an accident in my seat. And he's like, okay. Do you need an escort? Like, do you need me to help you? Like, there's a gas station, like, right here, like, if you want me to escort you. And I was like, I have anxiety. I can't go into other bathrooms. I have to go in my bathroom. And he's like, okay, well, I'll try to, like, make sure you get home, okay? So is it okay if I, like, help you? I was like, yeah, that'd be great. Please, officer, that'd be great. And he's like, okay, go ahead. He's like, I'll catch up to you. And I was like, this is the greatest thing in the world. I was like, I totally got out of it. Like, I basically used diarrhea as a way to get out of a speeding ticket.
Let me say to you, sir, that I once ate some bad sushi in Santa Monica, and I felt a rumble that was not a cute rumble, and I was like, I gotta get home.
A rumble in the Bronx?
It was... And I legitimately was like speeding the whole way home, and I was thinking, oh my god, if they pull me over, they're never gonna believe I'm about to shit my pants.
Yeah.
Because of you! Because of people like you! Thankfully, I did not get pulled over. Thankfully, I did not get pulled over,
But
and I
feel
didn't
like
shit my pants.
Cops don't want to deal with that.
Oh my god.
They don't want to deal with diarrhea, because I'm sure they've dealt with it.
Did he actually give you an escort?
He followed me for quite a while, and then like maybe he got an important call or something and had to like leave. But he was like, he kept looking at me like I was like, oh my god, how far is this cop gonna follow me? Like I'm gonna have to keep the act going of being like a scared diarrhea fiend, and then I was gonna have to like show him where I live, and I was kind of freaked out. I was like, oh god, I didn't think this through.
Sometimes they'll follow you home and let you go, and then give you a ticket when you're done.
Oh wow.
I've heard of that as well.
I'm glad he didn't do that.
Yeah.
That is...
It
That's
totally
fantastic.
worked. Yeah, I got out of a ticket faking diarrhea. Best thing in the world.
God, interesting. Well, I was just in Budapest, and I got a pair of jeans at Forever 21 before I left, because I just, my jeans were a little bit old. $10, you can't beat them.
Wow.
So I got 2 pairs of jeans, and I threw them in my suitcase, and I'm just gonna wiggle my jeans on and have a day. And I'm at this thing like the Citadel or something. We're like looking out, and Gavin goes, "The back of your pants are ripped." And I was like, what? And I reach back, and my back pocket is like slit down the pocket, and then below it for like 2 inches. Like there's just like a slit in my jeans. And he's like, what did you sit on? I'm like, I don't know, but it's so clean. I think maybe like somebody was opening a box or something and like split the pants.
They slashed it, yeah.
So the whole you can't go back to the hotel. So we're like, just the whole day I'm walking around with this like tiny hole in my pants, and we're getting back to the hotel, and he goes, what would you do if I just grabbed the pants and just ripped them? And I'm like, you wouldn't. He did. He just full on like, and I had this huge gash from like my thigh to my knee walking back to the hotel.
It's a fashion statement.
Oh my god, I did not realize that he would actually do it, and I had to walk with my bare thigh back to the hotel.
So-
and that's why you never tempt someone to rip your pants.
So, since I'm not going to think of my own story, I'm going to make possibly your story a little more interesting.
Yeah.
And I only ask because you did say it in a public tweet.
Oh yes, the maid.
Did someone walk in on you having sex?
The best part is when we got back to the hotel, the jeans were ripped, and he was like, "You think I could like rip the jeans off of you?" So they were in like 3 pieces, and this is what the maid saw was like mutilated jeans. She didn't see anything, But she did just open the room had already been cleaned. Let me make my case. The room had already been cleaned that day. No need for the do not disturb sign because the room was already clean. There's no more maids.
It was a miscommunication.
Maybe
No more maids.
maybe it was a little chocolate.
Yeah, well, she did. She literally, like, no knock. She just opens the door. We're both like, dive under the covers. And I go, hello? And she goes, sorry, and puts these chocolates down on the bar and then, like, scurries out of the room.
And that's rough because it's hotel sex, which is not normal people's sex.
No, you get crazy in hotel sex.
She brought us chocolates. Like,
Maybe she wanted to join in.
Yeah, she saw the torn pants. She was like, my kind of deal.
Yeah.
the best part was we were both, like, super freaked out. I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna get this chocolate. And then I realized there's, like, pieces of jean everywhere. I'm like, she probably thought I was, like, tied to the bed, like, please help.
What if she was leaving? She was just kind of, like, slowly closing the door, and then she goes, like, does anyone want to rip my jeans?
That's amazing.
Oh my god, I've never been walked in on any situation before, and it is hilarious.
Yeah.
That is,
I would have taken the opportunity to get real weird with the maid.
No,
You would.
we didn't make any eye contact. She didn't see us. She was like, I saw her reflection in the cabinets. I'm sure she could see us as well for that.
I would have gotten out of bed like full mast and then like, thank you. Can I get a towel? Like, do you have a towel?
By the way, I was the spokesperson. Gavin said 0 words. Like, just duck, like, let me fend for myself. Duck and cover. Right. He had his deal.
He's just like, you're dealing with this.
Sorry, bitch.
That's good.
I think that's a fantastic way to go out on this table talk. If you want to ask us other questions that may be related to weird hotel sex and ripped jeans and or Steve pooping on stuff, remember to go to reddit.com/r/SourceFed or use the hashtag table talk on Twitter or Facebook. My name's Philip DeFranco.
I'm McTurney.
And I'm Steve Zaragoza. Oh man. Good times in Budapest, huh?
I'm trying to think if I've ever been
Booty
caught.
Booty pass.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
No, it is.
It's
but
good times.
It's a moment ruiner for sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's
But
a
also a great story.
bad time is my mom lived in this house with my stepdad. We helped build it, but he built the walls really thin. So
Oh no.
luckily he was a fast guy. So that was